Hi everyone, welcome back to our another tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a website step by step using HTML and CSS. So this is the website which I'm going to create, and here you can see that we have a logo in the left side and we have our navigation links in the right side. And if I now hover on our this navigation links, here you can see that our navigation links is now changing its color, and then we have a button here, and here we have our smaller heading, our bigger heading, and then we have our text here, and we have also another button here. And here you can see that underneath this button we have some box shadow here. And if I now hover on our this button, here you can see that our background color is now changing and it is looking so beautiful. And at the right side here you can see that we have an animated image here. And in a few moments I will show you how to create this website using HTML and CSS step by step. But before we start, if you guys are new in my channel, then please subscribe, like this video, and press the bell icon for the future videos. That's it guys, let's get started. Now I am in my project directory, and here you can see that we have our image, our index.html file, and a style.css file also. So first we have to open our index.html file. And here we have our simple HTML boilerplate. Here you can see that we have given a title here, and then we have linked our style sheet also. And then now we have to create our website. So for creating our website, here you can see that we have our navigation bar, and I will create this navigation bar first. So that's why let's go to our code here, and inside this body we have to create a div tag, and the class name of this div tag will be nav because I am creating a navigation bar. And here inside this nav div tag we will create two separate div tag, and one div tag will be for our this logo and another div tag will be for our this navigation links. Okay, so that's why let's create a div tag here, and the class name of this div tag will be logo. And then let's create another div tag, and the class name of this div tag will be navigation. That's it. So in our logo, first we have to create a heading for our logo, so that's why let's take a h2 for creating our logo, and the logo name will be meta data. That's it. And after our this logo, now we have to go to our navigation div, and here we have to create some another list for creating our navigation links. So that's why let's create another list, and inside this another list we have to create some list tag, and inside this list tag I will create an anchor tag, and the href will be hash, and our first navigation link will be home. That's it. Now I will simply copy this one from here and then paste it here 4 or 5 times. That's it. Now after our home it will be about, and then we have to create a service, and then we have our members, blog, contact. That's it. And after our contact, here you can see that we have a button which is get us started. So now we have to create this button. So for creating this button, inside this anchor tag we have to create a span tag. That's it. And here we have to write get started. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have our logo and we have our navigation links here. So after our logo and our navigation links, now we have to create our this home section, our smaller heading, our bigger heading, our text, button, and this image. So for creating these things, now let's go to our code, and underneath this div tag we have to create another div tag for our this home section. So the class name of this section will be home, and inside this home section we will again create two different div tag. Inside our first div tag we will put our this text and our this button, and inside our second div tag we will put our this image. Okay, so now let's go to our code, and here let's create a div tag, and the class name of this div tag will be text because we are creating this div tag for putting our text. And after this one we have to create another div tag for our image, and the class name of this div tag will be back. That's it. So inside our text we have to create a smaller heading. Here you can see that we have a smaller heading. Now copy this heading from here and go to our code, and here we have to create a h5 tag for our this smaller heading, and then paste our heading here. That's it. And then we have to create a h1 for our bigger heading. So now copy this heading from here and paste it here. That's it. After this one we have to create a paragraph. So for our this paragraph we have to copy this paragraph from here and then paste it here. And at the last here we have to create a button, and the button name will be get in touch. That's it. So after our this text, now we have to insert our image inside our this back div. So for inserting our image, let's create an image tag, and here we have to give the image name, and my image name is hero image png. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have our headings, our buttons, and we have our this image here. So our HTML part is done. Now we have to go to our style sheet and we have to style our this website. So for styling this website, let's go to our style sheet. And here you can see that I have added a Google font CDN link, and then inside our style we have margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing border box. And inside our body we have given our width 100%, height 100 VH, and we have defined our font family, which is Poppins, and I have given a different background color. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have changed our background color and our this font family as well. So first we have to design our navigation bar, so that's why let's go to our HTML, and here you can see that we have a class which is nav. Now copy this nav class from here and then paste it here. That's it. And inside this nav tag we have two div tag. We have two different div tag. One is for our logo and another one is for our navigation links. Now if I go to our website, here you can see that our this logo and our this navigation links is actually in one column. Now I want to get everything in one row. So for doing this, I'll go to our code here in our style sheet, and here I will use display flags for making our this section in one row. So that's why display will be flags and the flags direction will be row. Justify content will be a space between, because I want a space from the between, that's why a space between, and the align items will be center. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and now here you can see that our this logo and our this navigation links is now in one row. So now we have to style these things. So for doing this, let's copy our nav from here and then paste it here, and then we have to target our logo, and here you can see that we have a logo class. Now copy this logo class from here and then paste it here. Then we have to target our AS2 for our logo, and here first I will give a font size, and the font size will be 1.8 rem, and then I will give a font width, and the font weight will be bold. Then I will give a color, and the color will be white. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have designed our this logo here. So after our logo, now we have to design our this navigation links. Here you can see that our this navigation links is actually now in one column. I want everything in one row in the right side. So for doing this, let's go to our code here and copy this nav from here and then paste it here. And if I now go to our HTML, and here you can see that we have a class which is navigation. Now copy this navigation class from here and then paste it here. Then we have to target our this another list. That's why we have to write another list. That's it. Now I want everything in one row, so that's why I will use display flags direction row. Now copy this 2 from here and then paste it here. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that our this navigation links is now in one row. Now we have to remove the bullet points from here. So for removing these bullet points, just copy this section from here and then paste it here. Then we have to target our list tag. That's it. And here we have to add list style none. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we don't have any bullet points. So after our this one, now I want to add some space between these navigation links, because here you can see that we don't have any space between these navigation links. So for adding some space, let's go to our code, and here we have to add padding, and the padding from top and bottom will be 0, because I don't want to add some padding from top and bottom. I want to add padding from left and right. So for left and right, I will add 1 rem. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that now we have a space between these navigation links. After our this one, now I want to remove the underline from this text. So for doing this, let's go to our code, copy this one and then paste it here. Then we have to target our anchor tag, and here I will add text decoration, and it will be none. Now save, go to our website, and here you can see that we have removed the underlines from this text. Now we have to add some colors, and we have to add our hover effect also. So for doing this, first I will give a font size, and the font size will be 0.9 rem, and then I will give a font width, and the font weight will be 600. Then text transformation will be uppercase. That's it. And then I will add a color, and our color will be white. Then I will add a transition for our hover effect, for our smooth hover effect, and it will be 0.3 second is. That's it. Now save and go to our website. And guys, here you can see that we have changed the color and the font width of our this navigation links. Now we have to add hover effect in our this navigation links. So for doing this, just copy this one from here and then paste it here. Then we have to add hover. That's it. So I will only change the color, and the color will be this one. Now save and go to our website. And if I now hover on our this navigation links, here you can see that our this text is now changing its color. So after our this navigation links, now we have to actually style our this button, because this is a button. If I now go to our website, here you can see that we have a button, get us started. Now we have to create this button. So for creating this button, let's go to our code and copy this from here and then paste it here. That's it. And then here you can see that we have a span tag for our this button. Now target this span tag and then paste it here. So first I'll give you font size, and our font size will be 0.9 rem. And then I will give a border here, and the border will be 1 pixel solid, this color. That's it. So after our this border, now we have to give a padding inside our this button. So for top and bottom it will be 12 pixel, and from left and right it will take 20 pixel. And then I will give a background color, and our background color will be this one. And then I will give a border radius, and the border radius will be 5 pixel from everywhere. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that now we have created our this get started button. Now here you can see that if I now hover on our this button, our button text color is now changing, and I don't want to change for this button, so that's why we have to define our color here, and our color will be white. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and if I now hover, here you can see that our this text color is now not changing. Okay, so after this one, here you can see that if I now go to our website, we have some space from left, top, and then from our right section as well. Now I want to add some space here also. So for adding some space, let's go to our code here, and here in our nav I will add some margin, and the margin from top and bottom it will be 0, and from left and right it will be 7 rem. That's it. Now save and go to our website. Now here you can see that in our left and in our right section we have some space here. Now I want some space from top and bottom as well. So for adding some space from top, we have to add padding top here, and it will be 2.5 rem. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that now we have a space from top as well. Now after our this navigation links, now you have to start our this home section. So for starting this home section, let's go to our code, and here you can see that we have a home class. Now copy this home class from here and then paste it here. That's it. And if I now go to our website, our text and our this image is now actually in one column. I want everything in one row, so that's why I have to use display flags here also. So now if I go to our code, and from here I will simply copy these things and then paste it here. And for our home, I don't want to change the margin, but for the padding top I will increase the value, and it will be 4 rem. And display will be flags direction will be row, justify content will be between, and align items will be center. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that our this text and our this image is now in one row. Okay, first we have to define the width for each of this div section. So for doing this, let's go to our code here. Now copy this home from here and then paste it here. Then we have to go to our index, and here you can see that we have a text class. Now copy this text class and then paste it here. Now first thing, I will add a width for our this section. So for our this section, our width will be 35%. That's it. Now copy this one again and then paste it here. Then we have to target our back section. Now copy this back class from here and then paste it here. That's it. And this one will take 52%. That's it. Now copy this one again and then paste it here. Now we have to target our image, so that inside our this 52%, our image will take all of the space. So that's why it will be 100%. And here you can see that our this section is now taking 52%, and our this section is now taking 35%. Now we have to extract our this text from here. So for doing this, let's go to our code and copy this text and then paste it here. First we will target our h5 for our smaller heading, and here first I will give a font size and it will be 1 rem, and then I will give a font width and the font width will be bold. Then I have to give a letter spacing because I want some space between these letters, so that's why letter spacing, and it will be 4 pixel. Then I will set a color for our this text, and our color will be this one. And now here you can see that we have changed our this text colors. After this one, now we have to target our this heading. So for doing this, let's copy this code from here and then paste it here. Then we have to target our h1 for our heading, and our font size will be 3 rem, and our font weight will be bold. Then our color will be white. That's it. And then our letter spacing will be 3 pixel. Now save and go to our website. Now here you can see that we have changed our this heading also. Now I want to decrease the line height for this heading. So for doing this, let's go to our code, and here we have to add line height, and it will be 65 pixel. And I want to add some space from the bottom, so that's why it will be padding bottom, and the padding bottom will be 10 pixel. Now save and go to our code, and here you can see that now it is looking much better. After our this heading, now we have to target our this text here, our this paragraph. So for doing this, just copy this one and then paste it here. Then we have to target our paragraph instead of our h1, and our font size will be 1 rem, and I don't want to change the font weight, so that's why I delete this line. And the letter spacing will be 1 pixel, and the line height will be 30 pixel. And I want to change the color, and the color will be this one. That's it. And from the padding bottom, it will be taking 12 pixel. And now here you can see that we have changed our this text color as well. So after our this text, now we have to change our this button. So for doing this, let's go to our code and copy this one from here and then paste it here. Then if I go to our HTML, here you can see that we have a button. Now copy this button and then paste it here. That's it. And for our this button, first I will add a background color, and the background color will be this one. And then I will add a border, and the border will be 1 pixel solid, and the color will be this one. Then we have to add a font size, and the font size will be 1 rem. And we have to add a font width, and the font width will be 600. Then I will add a padding here, and the padding for top and bottom it will be 20 pixel, and for left and right it will be 25 pixel. Then I will add a color, and our color will be white. Then I will add a border radius, and the border radius will be 30 pixel. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have our this button here. Now if I move our this cursor in our this button, here you can see that we can't actually click this button. Now if I move our this cursor on our this button, I want a hand, I want a pointer, so that's why we have to add cursor pointer. That's it. And then I want to add a small box shadow, so that's why let's add a box shadow. And for our x value it will be 0 pixel, for our y value it will be 15 pixel, and for our blur radius it will be 30 pixel and minus 12 pixel. And then I have to add a RGB value, and the value will be 0 0 0 divided by 20%. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that I have a small box shadow underneath this button. So after this one, now I have to add hover effect. Just copy this section from here and then paste it here, and we have to add hover. So for our hover, I will only change the background color, and our background color will be transparent. That's it. And here in our this button, I have to add a transition for a smooth hover, and it will be 0.3 second each. Now save and go to our website, and if I now hover, here you can see that our this button is actually changing its background color, and this is looking so beautiful. So after our this one, now we have to animate our this image. So for animate our this image, let's go to our code, and in our this image property we have to add animate. So that's why add animation, and first we have to give a name for this animation. So if I go to our website, here you can see that our this animation is actually going from top and bottom, it means up and down. So that's why the name of this animation will be up down. So it will be up and down. That's it. And now we have to define the duration for this animation. I want this animation to continue like 2 seconds, that's it. And then here I have to add our animation property, and I want this one to ease in and out, that's it. And I want this animation to run continuously, so that's why it will be infinity. And after finishing one time animation, I want to reverse the animation so that it looks more effective and more live, so that's why it will be alternative reverse for both of these, that's it. Now after this one we have to animate our this up and down. So for doing this we have to first call our keyframes, and here we have to give the name of our animation, and it will be up and down, that's it. And our animation will work from our 0% to 100%. So for the starting point it means 0%, and for our 0% I want to add a transform, and then I want to add translate y, that's it. So it will be 10 pixel, and I will be simply copy this one from here and then paste it here. Our animation will start from our 0% and it will end in our 100%, that's it. And in our 100% I want to reverse the direction, it means minus 10 pixel, that's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that our this image is now starting to moving, and it is now in up and down, and this image is now animated, and this animated is looking so beautiful inside this website. That's it guys, we have just created our website using HTML and CSS step by step, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And if you guys really do, then please subscribe, like this video, and press the bell icon for the future videos. And see you in our next tutorial.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.